And I would like to give a special thanks and gratitude to the chairman, Orkan Mamadov, for his hospitality here. So we send him our greetings. And it is also very important that I'll be talking about the key theme of this session, which is what are the key players of the future of the global entrepreneurs. And I see so many of you here in the audience, so I am just absolutely thrilled that you all are joining us this morning here. In particular, I would like to discuss the important topic, but with an additional interest and lens for the OIC countries, which is a major theme of this conference, since preserving culture and values is one of the long-term priorities in this region. As we think about the coming months and the start of the eventual end of COVID-19 as a global pandemic, there are important lessons to consider regarding the global economy revitalization. This specific period of volatility will subside, but it will be replaced by a permanently shifting economic landscape in the face of climate change. Investors, specifically micro and small medium enterprises, have weathered the most challenging moments of the past years, but there's a minimal safety net now, and there will be an ever-increasing need to invest strategically and frugally with magnified consequences for those who have to adapt to a new marketplace. Therefore, the most important factors to consider, you as young people, are and will continue to substantially be frugal and innovative. So, how do we incorporate these ideas into an increasingly volatile business environment and ecosystem, and to integrate the OIC youth, which I see here in front of me, into this solution? We need a holistic approach to sustainability concerning disruptive change, financial strength, environmental and social externalities. What I am talking about is also governance. These three words can be summarized into three letters: ESG, which will help focus us into identifying excellent investments with great opportunities. The focus of ESG shows a significant shift that is underway that emphasizes human-centered or humane investment and begins to change the emphasis on the business development from quantity to quality. Finding ways to standardize these practices and create opportunities to expand and to scale will be crucial in capitalizing on this emerging market. However, the ongoing change within the business world cannot be confined to strictly environmental factors. We are on the cusp of an era, and that is pressured by younger generations, such as you, with radically different ideas about the future than the people who have come before. The emergence of social media and the creation of going viral has permanently altered the business world fundamentals and how we relate to one another. Every single one of you has a cell phone. Every single one of you uses it to communicate and to send a message. The increasingly prominent role of business schools today play in university settings reinforces the coming generational shift and thought revolution. You are changing how we think about things. The rise of a new type of business ideas and the development of humane and sustainable investment strategies are connected to the world we live in today. The explosion of new business ideas and business schools across Baku is just the start. The education sector will have a pivotal role to play in discovering and standardizing methods like this. We were very honored and delighted to do a site visit to a university, ADS, and also a school here, and we talked to your young generation, and it is amazing how innovative and creative you all are. These factors show that a new generation with a new mindset is coming. You as individuals and future business leaders can take advantage of these new way of thinking to redefine what the future might be like, to tell the world this is what is important to us. We at the International Council for Small Business understand this and have developed what we call the ICSB Academy, hosted in person and online in an accelerated entrepreneurial bootcamp that brings you, the future leaders, the people with new ideas and innovations, the new way of looking to the world, for an intensive week-long program to learn from you, to get you connected, and to see how we can change the world together. ICSB leverages its global faculty, professors from around the world, to meet with young people like you, to talk to you about how we can make education better and more impactful. We have expanded our multi-stakeholder and partnership, like today why we are here in Baku, because what we have created are the knowledge hubs, which are programs that benefit organizations and young people and university institutes to come together for a global dialogue on how we can make a new world that is both sustainable and worth living in. We also have promoted gender equality through the Womenpreneurs Program initiative at ICSB. It is critical that we bring women to the forefront, both in entrepreneurship and small business, for them to shape a better world. ICSB has a vision, and that vision is without the youth being center stage in all decision-making and discussions, we cannot move forward together as a global ecosystem. We have leveraged our existing networks, and we will continue to have these discussions more and more with you, young people, in the forefront. Let us welcome the OIC generation, powered by humane entrepreneurship. It is my great honor and privilege to share some of my ideas, and I go back to the chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. No, we don't need that anymore. The technical problem is resolved. So, I have, thank you for a very informative speech, and I have just a very brief and general question to you. So, is entrepreneurial mindset, is it something that we all are born with and we have to develop it just to open the talent, or this is something that is achievable after a certain experience, or maybe after a certain, let's say, path of education? Could you please just briefly reply to that?
Yes, the question is, are you born an entrepreneur, or are you taught to be an entrepreneur? Yeah. And the answer is both, right? All of you have the opportunity. You are all entrepreneurs and creative people, but it is the job of society. It is the job of academia. It is the job of the whole ecosystem to further your ideas and mindset into action. And that is something that we collectively need to do together. And actually, finally, to give you the road to move forward and not to create obstacles. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, our next guest, bizim hamvatanimiz,
our compatriot Orhan Rzayev.
Game. Orhan Bey, buyurun.
Herkes salamlayıram.
Hello everyone. My presentation will be in English.
Well, I want to thank you for inviting me here. It's a great pleasure to be here today. Today I will share my experience as an Azerbaijani entrepreneur who wants to go global and create something global. And I'm Orhan, I'm 35 years old. I have 12 years experience in digital marketing and entrepreneurship. I founded several startups before, and the interesting one was 11 Kings. 11 Kings is an online football management game and I would like to share our experience in the last 5 years, what we achieved and what we learned. Can you please share the slide on the screen, please? We have a small presentation. Okay, perfect. So, okay, I think it's not for me, the countdown. Yeah, okay.
No, you have time. You have time.
Okay, so I love this quote from Nelson Mandela, says that it always seems impossible until it's done. So as Azerbaijani entrepreneurs, we decided to create a global gaming startup 5 years ago, where it was almost no any global gaming success in Azerbaijan. So it was like very difficult to create a successful gaming startup. And I'm a football fan, and Ronaldinho, the legendary football player, is the greatest player ever for me in the football history. So when we decided to start football gaming startup, we set a goal for ourselves that we will work with Ronaldinho in this project. It was almost impossible as because you know you are sitting in the office in Baku with a small team, you don't have millions of dollars, you don't have any global network, so it's really impossible to do this. But we set a goal for us because we wanted to achieve something interesting, and this goal gave us a passion, a motivation to do that. And after few years, what happened? Yeah, what happened? 5 years ago, we started with Sarhan and Nijat from the small office in Baku, and few years later, we signed with Ronaldinho $10 million worth contract in order to become the face of our game and to become the shareholder. So this road was very interesting and unbelievable for us, but we made it. I want to return to that slide. We removed the until world from this quote. So we made like impossible thing to become possible. How we have done it? Many of my friends starting yesterday asked me how you have done it. So we have done it from zero, completely like from the zero. We started to use the opportunity of the network, internet, digital channels. We reached to Ronaldinho's team. We pitched for them. They liked our idea. We first met with them 3 years ago in Barcelona, Spain. They liked our idea. They said, let's see what you create. And after we created the game, we met in Miami last year and we signed that contract. And so Ronaldinho became the face of our game, and it gave us a huge opportunity, of course, because global media channels, influencers, companies started researching our startup, offered partnerships and others. So what we learned from this case, an entrepreneur has to have few benefits in order to create something and to achieve something. First is vision. I believe the important thing is vision because especially in the countries as Azerbaijan, you know, Azerbaijan is like a new startup country. In the last few years, we try to create valuable startups, solutions we had the 100% belief. I'm not sure how it happened, really, when I'm now looking to the past. I'm not sure how we felt that, but we believed with 100% that we can do that. The next and another important point, I think, is focus. Especially for nowadays, I think focus is one of the important things in order to be successful. Because, you know, 20 years or 30 years ago, it was less information. It was less creative ideas that can disrupt you. But nowadays, almost every day, an entrepreneur hears and sees new ideas, new exciting like news, new topics. So nowadays it's very difficult for entrepreneurs to focus on the idea he has or she has and to continue for years for that idea. That's why I think the entrepreneurs especially have to have the main focus and belief and the vision in order to go further. And as Azerbaijan entrepreneurs, our aim to make 11 Kings a global gaming company and to create value for the football lovers, for the strategy game lovers, and for the investors and our partners. And it's something exciting for us, and I believe in Azerbaijan you will see many successful startups in the upcoming years because this process already started and already we have successful startups, and my friends will talk more about these details. So yeah, this was my experience and I wanted to share this. Hope you liked it. Thank you very much.
Çok sağ olun.
Thank you so much. So listen to the applauses, a great round of applause because you're made us really proud. If you've got any questions, please, only one question may be raised, please.
Very short row. Probably as a startup, you had the KPIs, success KPI before meeting Ronaldinho, then you had the courage to meet Ronaldinho. So what was your success KPI as a startup? That you understood that, yes, things are rolling.
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand the whole question, but what was the success KPIs in our startup?
KPI, yeah.
Okay, it's KPI.
You measure that when you realize that you are successful.
Yeah, so now we can see that we made mistakes in all fields, like, you know, the business plan, the marketing plan, the team creating. Now we can see these mistakes and we learn from these mistakes what we do right now. About the successful KPIs, like, first of all, the idea was unique. That was interesting for Ronaldinho's team and our investors, that we managed to raise investment and get this partnership. Also, we had, of course, few successful KPIs, like especially in the marketing side, our cost per install and other statistics was very good, and that attracted our partners and investors.
What was the biggest failure that you thought that, oh, it's going to be great, but it didn't work out?
Okay, I think about that a lot. I can say a few things about that, but I think if we didn't make these failures, we couldn't achieve these successes now.
Any example to failure, specific failure example?
Like, you know, it was
This
mostly...
is third question already.
It was,
Actually, I'm trying to elaborate the
Yeah,
question to
okay.
get the answer, so these are not three different questions.
it was like, we can say it was mostly the technical development side of the product. It was like we had many challenges about the development side. The other side, I think we managed to do good results. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your question. I mean, actually, 1 hour that we have is, of course, not enough. I mean, we could speak for hours here. Bizim növbəti qonağımız, our next guest, Özgür
Özgür Bayraktar from Turkey, TURAN app, CEO and founder. Please, Özgür. We would love to listen to your experience, but also entrepreneurial opportunities presented in Turkey and also global chances?
I don't really prefer speaking English in my homeland, but I think we have a lot of foreign guests here, so I will continue in English. I'm thank you to everyone who is participating in great organization here and also